Welcome to InJamaica, and if this is your first time here, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and stick around to see places in Jamaica. This video is aimed at giving you a general overview, but you can check the video description for added information. Currently, we are driving north in Montego Bay on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, formerly Gloucester Avenue. On the left is Margaritaville, Montego Bay, and on the right is Coral Cliff. Notably, Montego Bay is the capital of St. James Parish. Montego Bay is also Jamaica's second city and major cruise ship port. Gloucester Avenue, popularly Ip Street Montego Bay, was renamed to Jimmy Cliff Boulevard in honor of one of Jamaica's most talented reggae artists. The road got its name, the Ip Strip, due to the number of famous spots lining both sides of the roadway, from the relaxing Doctor's Cave Beach and Margaritaville to restaurants and duty-free shops, among other nightlife activities. The Ip Strip is also known for some beautiful sunsets and tropical panoramic view of the bay. To the left is Doctor's Cave Beach. The journey from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios should take about 1 hour 49 minutes, covering a distance of 100.3 kilometers, approximately 62.3 miles via A1 road. We'll be driving in 3 parishes. Firstly, St. James Parish, where we are at now. Second, Trelawny Parish. Third, St. Anne Parish, which is our final destination. The journey may be a bit fast at some point, as I'm only showing you the route from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. And along the journey, I'll point out some major places and turns. Straight ahead is Kent Avenue, which will take you to Dead End Beach, sometimes called Buccaneer Beach. Jimmy Cliff Boulevard ends and we are turning onto Godfrey Dyer Boulevard, formerly Sunset Boulevard. Dead End Beach is right next door to the Donald Sangster International Airport. Visitors can enjoy the thrill of watching low-flying aircraft come into land whilst they bathe. We are now driving on Godfrey Dyer Boulevard. On the right is Delessa Drive, which will take you onto Queens Drive. Entering the Sangster International Airport roundabout. The Sangster International Airport, same as Montego Bay Jamaica Airport, MBJ, is located at the first exit, here on the left. We are taking the second exit onto the A1 North Coast Highway and towards Iron Shore. The third exit will take you onto Queens Drive, which will take you back to the heart of Montego Bay and to Mangawa Country Club. To the right is the University of the West Indies Western Jamaica campus. Montego Bay. Historians agree that the theory with the highest probability is that the name Montego was derived from the Spanish word Manteca, meaning lard or butter. An earlier map of Jamaica has the Montego Bay area listed as Bahia de Manteca or Lard Bay. The region, now known as Montego Bay, had a dense population of wild hogs, which the Spanish were said to have slaughtered in large numbers in order to collect hogs' butter, lard, for export to Cartagena. St. James was quickly developed by the sugar planters and grew to great wealth. By the 1780s, the capital, Montego Bay, was regarded, next to Kingston, as the most flourishing town in the island. Montego Bay was granted city status on October the 9th, 1980 by an Act of Parliament, and in 1982 it officially became Jamaica's second city. Montego Bay witnessed the final act of the last slave uprising, the Christmas Rebellion of 1831 to 1832, that engulfed the western parishes. Under martial law, the slaves were tried in the courthouse, and over 300 of them were hanged at the parade, where there is now a memorial to the leader, Samuel Sharp, better known as Sam Sharp. The upcoming road on the right will take you to Flankers, and the road on the left will take you to the Jamaica Defence Force Barracks. We are still driving in St. James Parish, named after James, Duke of York by Sir Thomas Muddyford. St. James was among the second group of parishes to be formed in Jamaica in about 1655. The others in this group were St. George, St. Mary, St. Anne, and St. Elizabeth. St. James Parish was much larger than it is now, as it included what are now the separate parishes of Trelawny and Hanover. We are now at Iron Shore. The parish quickly developed, and by the 1780s, the capital, Montego Bay, was regarded next to Kingston as the most flourishing town. Montego Bay was granted city status in the 1980s. St. James is also famous for the event that took place in 1831, the Christmas Rebellion, in which Samuel Sharp, also known as Sam Sharp, planned that after the Christmas holidays of December the 25th to 27, 1831, that the slaves of St. James would begin to rebel passively by refusing to work unless paid. This, however, did not go as planned, as a group of slaves became violent, setting fire to buildings and cane fields. This action spread from estate to estate and was violently suppressed by the government and white plantation owners. Sharp was eventually hung in the Montego Bay market area on May the 23rd, 1832. The Samuel Sharp Rebellion was considered as one of the largest slaves rebellion in the British Caribbean and was one of the longest and most influential of the emancipation revolts. We are at Morgan Road and the A1 Northern Coastal Highway intersection. Going left on Morgan Road will take you to Ocho Rios, Montego Bay. Going right will take you towards Norwood Gardens. We are now leaving Montego Bay City. To the right is Sugar Mill Road. The road on the right will take you into Coral Gardens. On the left is Holiday Inn Resort, Montego Bay, all inclusive. On the right is Hospital Montego Bay Private Hospital. On the left is Half Moon Luxury Resort. On the left is Half Moon Shopping Village. Entering Rosal. To the left is Hyatt Zilara Rosal All-Inclusive Resort. To the left is Joel Grand Montego Bay Resort and Spa All-Inclusive Resort. On the right is Montego Bay Convention Center. The road to the right is Rosal Great House Road, which will take you to Rosal Great House. At the heart of the Rosal plantation we passed just now on the right is the historic and legendary Rosal Great House, a restored architectural masterpiece. It is the most famous great house in Jamaica. The house was built sometime in the 1770s by John Palmer. At its peak, this was a 2,640 hectare, approximately 6,523 acre plantation with more than 2,000 slaves. The road on the right is the Rosal to Spot Valley Road, which will take you to Spot Valley High School and other places. To the left is Hilton Rosal Resort and Spa. However, it was Annie Palmer, wife of the builder's grandnephew, who became the focal point of fiction and fact. Visitors to this site are drawn by the allure of the legend of Annie Palmer, the White Witch of Rosal. Tales and imagination have obscured the true history of Rosal Great House. According to legend, the White Witch of Rosal, Annie Palmer, known famously to have killed 3 husbands and taken on numerous slave lovers, only to die by the hands of the one she loved the most. The road on the right is the Success Farm to Spot Valley Road, and that road will take you to the John Rollins Success Primary School, to Barrett Town, where you will find Barrett Town All-Age School and Barrett Town Police Station, to Spot Valley, and other places. We have just passed Sea Castle on the left. Today, the Great House is one of many attractions on the Rosal Plantation. Restored to its former glory, the Rosal Great House offers both day and night guided tours in over 10 languages. Notably, there was no evidence of cruelty by Mistress Palmer to slaves. Neither was she murdered by slaves at Rosal. To the left is Iberia Star Rosal Beach All-Inclusive Resort. We are now at Lilliput. Entering Greenwood. To the right is Greenwood Avenue, and Greenwood Avenue will take you into Greenwood and to Greenwood Great House. Here is the St. James and Trelawny parish border. So we have left St. James parish and we are now in Trelawny parish. Entering Salt Marsh. The road on the right will take you to Dundee, Seafield, Davistown, Johnson Hill, Orange Valley, Goodwill, Chatham, and other places. The road on the left will take you into Falmouth. We are now driving on the A1 Falmouth Bypass Road. A few meters to the right is Holland High School. On the right is William Knibb Memorial High School, and the exit on the left will take you north onto Market Street, which will then take you into Falmouth, south onto the B15 Martha Brae to Wakefield Road, which will take you into Martha Brae, Granville, Perth Town, Sherwood Content, which is Usain Bolt's birthplace, to Bunkers Hill, Wakefield and the other places. Crossing the Martha Brae River. On the right is Hague Primary School and also Hague Basic School. Usain St. Leo Bolt, born 21st of August 1986 in Sherwood Content, Trelawny, is a Jamaican retired sprinter, widely considered to be the greatest sprinter of all time. He is the world record holder in the 100 meters, 200 meters and 4x100 meters relay. Growing up in Trelawny, Usain Bolt showed early signs of his exceptional talent at the William Knibb Memorial High School, where he honed his skills under the guidance of his coach, Fitz Coleman. Entering Rock. On the right is the B11 Stewarttown to Rock Road, and that road will take you to the Trelawny Multipurpose Stadium, to Florence Hall Village, Grange, Danieltown, Water Valley, Idle, Long Pond, Clarkstown and other places. The road on the left should be able to take you into Falmouth, but the sign on the right indicates that the road is closed at the bridge. To the left, you can find Luminous Lagoon, also Glistening Waters. To the left is Royalton White Sands and Royalton Blue Waters Luxury Resort, all inclusive. To the left, you can find Burwood Beach. The road on the right will take you into Coral Spring. To the left is Coral Spring Village. To the left is Stuart Castle. There you will find the ruins of an impressive cut-stone mansion which became known as Stuart Castle. The building was originally fortified for protecting against attack. There are loopholes for firing muskets placed strategically around the entire building. From all indications, the building seemed to be of 3 stories, consisting of a cellar, ground floor, and a first floor. It is a rectangular stone building with square towers at opposite corners. The road on the right will take you into refuge. We are now at Carey Park. On the right is the Duncans main road, and that road will take you into Duncans, towards Clarkstown, Parnassus, Kinloss, and the other places. On the right is also the Duncans main road, which will take you into Duncans, towards Clarkstown, Parnassus, Kinloss, and the other places. Entering Braco. Entering Rio Bueno. Entering St. Ann Parish. Just beneath is the B5 Rio Bueno to Jacksontown Road. You can access this road by taking the upcoming left, which will take you into Rio Bueno here, and the road on the right will take you to Jacksontown. Crossing Rio Bueno River. Here is the Trelawny and St. Ann Parish border. So we have left Trelawny Parish and we are now in St. Ann Parish. Additionally, the Jacksontown Road we passed earlier will take you to Calabar District, the birthplace of Calabar High School, to Jacksontown, Sawyers, Mahogany Hall, Alps, Ulster Spring, and other places. The name Calabar was brought to Jamaica by slaves from Nigeria, West Africa, where there is an old river port city by that name. In 1839, 3 leading English Baptist ministries working in Jamaica worked to create a college to train native Baptist ministers. Out of this effort, Calabar Theological College was found in 1843, sited in the village of Calabar, near Rio Bueno in Trelawny Parish. The British named Calabar after the Calabari Kingdom in Nigeria of the same name. In 1868, Calabar College was removed to Kingston. Entering Discovery Bay. Discovery Bay is also known locally as Dry Harbour and gives its name to the Dry Harbour mountain in St. Anne. There is a dispute as to whether Christopher Columbus first landed in Discovery Bay or in Sevilla La Nueva, east of Discovery Bay, in 1494. However, Discovery Bay sits on a bay of the same name. The bay was originally named Puerto Seco, Dry Harbour, by Christopher Columbus, because, unlike the neighboring Rio Bueno Bay, there are no permanent rivers flowing into it. Majority of the town residents are of African descent. The original Taino Arawak residents did not survive the Spanish conquest in the 16th century. On the left is Columbus Park. To the right is Naranda Bauxite Limited, formerly St. Anne Bauxite Jamaica Limited, and prior to that Kaiser Jamaica Bauxite Company. And to the left is Port Roads. The port handles shipment of alumina and bauxite for Naranda Bauxite Limited. The road on the right will take you to Woodstown and Red Valley, crossing Dry Harbour Gully. The road to the right will take you to Old Folly. Naranda Jamaica Bauxite Partners 2 is a partnership between Naranda Bauxite Limited, a Jamaican limited liability company, and the government of Jamaica. Naranda Bauxite Limited has a 49% interest in the partnership and owns and operates the physical mining assets and operations. The government of Jamaica owns the remaining 51%. A concession from the government of Jamaica permits Naranda Bauxite Limited to mine bauxite in Jamaica through 2030. Bauxite is mined at St. Anne and the ore is transported via railway to Port Roads. There, it is dried and shipped to its customers. A considerable portion of the bauxite mined at St. Anne is shipped to the Gramercy refinery in Louisiana, where it is refined into alumina. On the left is Puerto Seco Beach Park. The road on the right will take you to Dumbarton, Orange Valley, Minard Estate, Stewarttown, Brownstown, and other places. To the left, you can find Discovery Bay All-Age School. To the right, you can find St. George's Lake, same as Green Grotto Lake. To the left is Ultimate Jerk Center, and on the right is Green Grotto Caves. Visitors to the Green Grotto Caves can see a relic of the native Taino Arawak lifestyle there. It is said that many Spaniards escaped the English invasion of 1655 through secret passages in the caves with the help of Arawaks and the African slaves, in exchange for the slaves' freedom. Entering Runaway Bay. Runaway Bay. There has been much debate about how the town got its name. Some believe it got the name because it was once an escape route for runaway slaves from inland sugar plantations who ran away to Cuba. Others argue that it once was the fleeing point of the last Spanish troops after their defeat by the British in the 1600s. Runaway Bay was first developed for tourism in the 1960s with the opening of Cardiff Hall, which is now a housing estate. When the old Cardiff estate was converted to a combination of luxury hotels, golf courses, and private villas, the town of Runaway Bay developed its own character. Crossing Pear Tree Bottom River. To the left is Bahia Principe Grand Jamaica, all-inclusive resort. We are now at Runaway Bay Square. The road on the right is the B13 Runaway Bay to Orange Valley Road, and that road will take you to Bel Air, Orange Valley, Brownstown, Bamboo, Jacksontown, Alexander, and other places. On the left is Franklin D Resort and Spa. On the left is Jewel Runaway Bay Beach Resort and Water Park, all-inclusive resort. On the right is Runaway Bay Golf Course. To the left is Flavors Beach, also Runaway Bay Beach. On the left is Jewel Paradise Cove Beach Resort and Spa, all-inclusive adult resort. Entering Salem. On the right is Salem taxi stand. The road on the right will take you to Beverly and also to Hampton View. Entering Lawlands. We are now driving on the Lawlands main road. The road on the right will take you to Mines and Mount Zion. Crossing Lawlands Great River. The road on the right will take you to Chester. Crossing Cave River. Entering Richmond. On the right is Richmond Estate. To the right, it is Plantation Village. Entering Prairie. To the left is Hinchinbrook Anchor. HMS Hinchinbrook was the French privateer Ochi, which the British captured in 1778 and took into the Royal Navy. During the 1780s, Admiral Peter Parker appointed Lieutenant John Markham to command the Hinchinbrook. Markham's orders were to cruise off the east end of Jamaica to protect trade. On the left is the St. Anne's Bay Infirmary, and on the right is the Prairie to Bamboo Road, and that road will take you to Tanglewood, Liberty, Cool Shade, Free Hill, Banks Mountain, Bamboo, and other places. HMS Hinchinbrook left Port Royal and almost immediately started to take on water. The next day, Markham decided to try to get to St. Anne's Bay, but as the ship approached the harbour, she stopped responding to the helm and she ran aground on the west reef going into the harbour. Despite numerous efforts, her crew was unable to get her over or off the reef. A schooner came alongside and took off her guns, some stores, and her crew. The ship then sank that night. Later, the ship anchor was retrieved and placed as a roadside marker in Prairie, St. Anne's Bay. Crossing Parso Gully. On the left is Middle Street. The road on the right will take you to Seville Heights. To To the left is Fantasy Beach, also Prairie Beach. To the right is the historic Civil Estate, which is home to the Civil Great House and the Heritage Park. The land encompasses thousands of years of Jamaica's history, having been occupied years before the New World was discovered. It contains the remains of Marma, an indigenous Taino village that Christopher Columbus encountered upon first landing in Jamaica in 1494. It was the first 16th century Spanish settlement in Jamaica, called Civila la Nueva, New Seville, the first capital of Jamaica under Spanish rule. Entering St. Anne's Bay. Notably, St. Anne's Bay is the capital of St. Anne Parish. We are now at the St. Anne's Bay roundabout. Taking the first exit to Ocho Rios and towards St. Anne's Bay town. The second exit will also take you into St. Anne's Bay town, to Marcus Garvey Technical High School and to St. Anne's Bay Hospital. On the right is Bravo Street, and that road will take you into St. Anne's Bay town, to Sussex, Lime Hall, Higgintown and other places. crossing Negro River. The road on the right will also take you into St. Anne's Bay Town, to Sussex, Limeall, Higgintown, and other places. Crossing St. Anne's Great River. Entering Jaxall. To the left, you can find Knutsford Express, Droxall. To the left is Droxall Manor and Droxall Country Club. The road on the right is the A1 Davistown to Greenwich Park Road, and that road will take you to Stairtown, Chalky Hill, Davistown, Golden Grove, Moneague, as well as to St. Catherine Parish and Kingston. To the left is Hotel Rio, Ocho Rios. The road on the right is Greenwich Parkway, which will take you to Greenwich Park. On the left is Sandals Duns River. Entering Mobay Bay. Entering Mobay Bay roundabout. Taking the first exit to Ocho Rios. The second exit will take you south to St. Catherine Parish and Kingston via the Edward Seaga Highway. To the right is Mobay Bay water wheel. The water wheel provided water for Jacksall sugar plantation during the colonial era. Crossing Roaring River. To the left, you can find Laughing Waters. On the left is Pearly Beach. Entering Ocho Rios. Welcome to Ocho Rios. Ocho Rios, Spanish for 8 Rivers, is a town in the parish of St. Ann on the north coast of Jamaica and is more widely referred to as Ochi by locals. Beginning as a sleepy fishing village, Ocho Rios has seen explosive growth to become a popular tourist destination featuring duty-free shopping, a cruise ship terminal, world-renowned tourist attractions, and several beaches and acclaimed resorts. The name Ocho Rios is a possible misnomer, as there are not currently 8 rivers in the area. It could be a British corruption of the original Spanish name Las Charreras, the waterfalls, a name given to the village because of the nearby Duns River Falls. Duns River Falls is located to the right here. In addition to being a port of call for cruise ships, Ocho Rios also hosts cargo ships at Reynolds Pier. On the left is Dolphin Cove, Ocho Rios. Ocho Rios was originally settled by a tribe of Arawak called Taino, who settled in Jamaica and called the land Shaimaka, meaning land of wood and water. After Christopher Columbus landed in 1494, and claimed the island for Spain, Ocho Rios was named Las Chorreras, meaning rapid rivers. On the right is Mystic Mountain, Jamaica Rainforest Adventures. The Tainos were ultimately obliterated by disease, slavery, and war. Some also committed suicide, presumably to escape their conditions as slaves. Spain brought the first enslaved Africans to Jamaica in 1517 to work on plantations throughout Jamaica, including Ocho Rios. In May 1655, British forces seized the island from the Spanish. The English misunderstood, misinterpreted, and mispronounced the Spanish name Chorreras and called the town Ocho Rios, which sounds close enough. In 1657 and 1658, the Spanish, sailing from Cuba, failed to retake the island in a fierce battle in and around Ocho Rios, known as the Battle of Las Chorreras. On the left is the Reynolds Pier. The Reynolds Pier, often referred to as James Bond Pier, is Ocho Rios' second cruise terminal. Reynolds Pier, previously used for the export of bauxite, is now used for cruise ship docking, only when more than one ship is calling at Ocho Rios on the same day. It was also used for exporting sugar. The Reynolds Pier connection to James Bond is that it was actually shot in the James Bond movie Dr. No. The pier still looks like an industrial site. The surrounding area has not been commercially developed. As a result, many cruise passengers walk from the pier to the center of Ocho Rios along the road that connects the James Bond Pier to Ocho Rios town center. On the right is Columbus Heights. The road to the right is the Ocho Rios bypass. We have made the left onto Main Street, Ocho Rios, and to the left you can find the Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal. Main Street, Ocho Rios will take you into the heart of Ocho Rios. Ocho Rios town is served by both Sangster International Airport, 97 kilometers, approximately 60 miles west of Ocho Rios in the parish of St. James, and Ian Fleming International Airport, 17 kilometers, approximately 10 miles east of Ocho Rios in the parish of St. Mary. A few meters to the left, you can find Turtle Beach, also called Ocho Rios Bay Beach. To the left is Moon Palace Jamaica All-Inclusive Resort. We are now at the heart of Ocho Rios. On the right is the Ocho Rios clock tower. Please remember to subscribe to InJamaica. Give us a like and share, and thank you all for watching.